From the start of the pandemic, most remote communities were protected by police and troops under a national plan.
If this virus got in, it could do significant damage.
New South Wales communities pleaded for the same measures last year, some as recently as last month as the state started reopening.
We wanted a lockdown and we wanted people checked and tested. What we were asking for was just being ignored.
The ABC has learned the state's Chief Health Officer, Kerry Chant, last year approved a proposal to match the national measures, giving any remote community the power to choose to go into a lockdown. The state government rejected it.
I find it extraordinary to not do that, did not consider the duty of care in regards to the protection and safety of those communities.
The plan was nixed on advice from the state's top cop on COVID, Deputy Police Commissioner Gary Warboys. In a leaked email, he said it was impossible to police 24/7. He questioned where the support rests within communities.
This is another example of a slap in the face for Aboriginal communities across New South Wales. It contravenes the national guidance for states and territories to enable communities to have a say.
COVID rates are now spiralling in Aboriginal communities like Moree near the Queensland border. Aboriginal people account for 22% of the state's cases, but make up just 3% of the population. While New South Wales has one of the highest vaccination rates for First Nations people, the take-up in some communities is low. Across Australia, it's only 55%, and at dismal levels in some states where it's feared COVID will spread. Last month, Indigenous leaders wrote to the Prime Minister seeking an urgent meeting on the growing crisis.
We haven't had any response from the Prime Minister or the government. Obviously, he's been away.
The New South Wales government is handballing responsibility for its decision to its health department, which says the plan to let communities lock down was scrapped because of potential impacts on goods and services, cultural activities and enforcement. Deputy Police Commissioner Warboys told us he always aimed to support Aboriginal communities and the decision was ultimately up to the government. In Aboriginal communities now, there's panic that the new era of living with COVID could spell the end of cultures. Rubinsztein-Dunlop, ABC News, Sydney.